Welcome to the channel. As always, I am going to have a link down below in the description box to credit where I'm getting my information from, this time from wrestlingnews.co. It's about Pat McAfee, and he's likely going to be away for a little bit. We're probably going to see more about Corey Graves. I will share my own personal insight on the situation in my own words in just a moment, but I felt like this article was so well written that I just wanted to narrate it and plagiarize it while still giving credit. So here we go. Really quick. Pat McAfee was absent from commentary desk for the 5th consecutive week on Monday Night Raw, with Corey Graves once again at the helm of the commentary desk, filling in alongside Michael Cole. With McAfee's increasingly busy schedule outside of WWE, it appears fans may not see him return to a regularly weekly role for quite some time. A needed break, as on a recent episode of the Pat McAfee Show, the popular host and commentator addressed his absence, citing the need for a break after a grueling schedule that saw him go directly from his ESPN College Game Day duties into the busiest part of the WWE calendar. Continuing to just kind of catch up on life as a whole, McAfee said, and I quote, "I was getting pretty exhausted there, so shout out to everybody at WWE looking out for me too. Very, very thankful." His schedule shows no signs of slowing down either. Helps if I could speak. Pat McAfee Show will be broadcasting live from the Coca-Cola Roxy. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's a familiar pattern. This hiatus is not unusual for McAfee. In past years, he's taken time off from WWE duties to focus on his role as an analyst for ESPN's popular College Game Day show. The 2025 college football season is set to begin in Columbus, Ohio on August the 30th. If McAfee follows this previous pattern, his regular appearances on Monday Night Raw may not resume until the end of that, until college football season concludes early next year, like in January. I believe it is. So the move has seen Corey Graves return to the Raw commentary desk, a change that has been met with a generally positive reaction from many fans online who have praised Graves for a more traditional style storytelling and his chemistry with Michael Cole. So now I finally get to chirp in with my thoughts really, really quick. I don't have a lot of them, but I still wanted to share them. So I wasn't just narrating and going, okay, well, that's it. So I get it. He wants to do the WWE thing. But to me, and I might sound like an asshole, first of all, I love the guy. I love Corey. I love Pat. They're two totally different personalities, and I actually appreciate them equally. If anything, I would love to see some Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Corey Graves all together sometimes. Because even though Pat is now the lead commentator, the lead color commentator on Raw, well, Corey Graves is also a color commentary. Okay? So right here, I put down Pat is the lead color commentator on Raw. Sorry, color commentators are supposed to provide expert insight, background information. They can add humor, analysis, and fills in between each play, whereas Michael Cole is a play-by-play announcer that narrates the action as it happens. So, anyways. So with Pat McAfee, you could tell the ADHD and other stuff is kicking in there. I feel like if you have that grueling of a schedule, this is a repeat thing year after year. Maybe you have to kind of figure out your priorities so you don't get burnt out. I also think he's got a new kid now. Whatever, like I get it. Life happens and you could get busy. But Michael Cole's been grinding this bitch for a long time. You don't see him also working for ESPN and spreading himself out too thin. And I think that that is what Pat McAfee is doing. Either he's all in or he's just not in at all. There's no like, oh, I stuck it halfway in with the WWE. It's a grueling, grueling thing. So Corey Graves, to give you a bit of perspective, as you probably are aware, back in January 7th of this year, 2025, he was, let's call a spade, he was demoted. He was sent back to NXT. And for a little bit of perspective, Corey Graves was also debuting in NXT as a commentator when he transitioned from in-ring action to the commentary booth after some serious neck injuries on December 11th, 2014. I think it was at NXT TakeOver or something like that. That's where he made his debut. And then on July the 25th, 2016, he began alongside Michael Cole and Byron Saxton on Raw as part of the draft. This was seen as a promotion coming up from NXT when you get called up to the main roster. NXT, with all due respect, ain't the main roster. So when you go from NXT, you come to either Raw or SmackDown and you go back to NXT. Call it what you will. It's a fucking demotion. And now this is where we get into me sounding like a Pat hater. I'm not a Pat hater. I think Pat is great for what he does, for the type of vibe that he gives. I can't see anybody else doing what he does in the style that he does it in. Corey Graves, though, seniority, all that sort of stuff, I feel like the WWE did him dirty. I really, really, really do. Right? You got Joe Tessitore with Wade Barrett on SmackDown. You've got Michael Cole and Pat McAfee on Raw. And listen, I need to emphasize this. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole together is money. They are amazing. So it's that whole thing of like, well, if they're so good, and I'm not like a professional analyst of any kind, is it possible that, no offense, they just saw a better matchmaking partnership between Michael Cole and Pat McAfee than they did with Corey Graves? I don't know. I feel like at that point, because it's been done before, shouldn't we just give the main helm to Corey Graves? No offense, because he's always there. And once in a blue moon, if Pat McAfee wants to jump in, then he can jump in and fill in. You'd have two color commentators because they're both the same type of commentator, but they're different in how they provide and deliver that color commentary. I heard some people say, "Oh no, Corey Graves is a play-by-play." Well, that's Vic Joseph on NXT. I think that's his name. Remember, I don't watch NXT. I've been very transparent about that. So that's just my whole thing. Obviously, I wish him the best. Pat McAfee, that he comes back sooner than later. It's not like I don't like the guy, but I just feel like it should be given to Corey Graves first as a first priority because he's all in. He is solely focused on WWE. So is Michael Cole, Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett. They're not all over the place. So, in my humble opinion, calm down now, IWC. I don't believe Pat McAfee should be the lead color commentator. Corey Graves should be there at all times. And when Pat McAfee happens to want to show up, then he comes in as a secondary guest color commentator, if you will. And if he's there 3/4 of the time, 90% of the time, great. But we don't have to like rely on him to be there and then he's just not there. Then it's Corey. So that's just my take. Michael Cole and Corey Graves should be the main duo, with Pat McAfee filling in as a 3-man booth when he's available. It's that simple. Then that helps with his grueling schedule. When he feels like he can come on, then he comes on. He could almost have like a special contract where, you know, it's easy for me to talk a big game. I don't know anything about running a wrestling promotion, but I would have a contract where it's like, you know what, when you feel up to it, try to let me know a week ahead of time. So you just be like, oh yeah, Pat will be on this week. And that's it. But if he's there or not there, doesn't matter because we're not relying on his other outside WWE contributions affecting his WWE contributions. It's just that simple to me. But I could have this whole thing wrong. And you know what? That's okay if I do. It's really not a big deal. Thumbs up as always if you like the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up online. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll break that microphone off in your hands. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that'd be great. But if not, I don't blame you. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.